Hey you guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Tash. How are y'all doing today? I don't know what I was doing, but anyways. So today's video is going to be on the Wet n Wild Rebel Rose eyeshadow collection. Now I'm going to use two different palettes here, and I apologize that this video is late, first of all, because I actually already filmed it and then I didn't like my footage. So anywho, we're going to use the Bed of Roses and the Secret Garden palettes today, and this is what they look like. They are so beautiful. If you guys have not seen any videos on these, they are quad palettes, and they are in the shape of roses, each of the eyeshadows, and they're absolutely beautiful. Each one has two shimmers and either a matte or a metallic included in it. And so I also picked up one of their lip high shine liquid lipsticks, and I got mine in the shade Petal Poisin. Now I have already laid down my base, my brows, and all of that good stuff. And just because these do not have a transition shade in them, I am going to go in with my Coastal Scents Revealed Rouge palette just for transition shades. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I will, at the end of the video, let you guys know everything that I used on my face. And I will do some talking in the video and some just mute. I'm not really feeling the greatest today, but nonetheless, the show must go on, and I haven't filmed in 2 days, so I'm feeling like I'm slacking. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it, and yeah. The weekend is here. I want to know how everybody is doing. If you have any big plans for the weekend. I don't really have any big plans. Yesterday, Nick and I went to my parents and we had dinner, and Nick works on the weekends, every weekend, all weekend, so we don't typically do much. I usually film on the weekends, you know, do some chores around the house, stuff like that. Catch up with social media, all of that good fun jazz. So right now, really quickly, before I do jump right in, I am swatching these for you guys, which I thought I did in a video already, but I think I'm thinking of the video that I had previously filmed for you guys that you've never seen. So these are the swatches from the two palettes that I am going in with. As you guys can see, the shades are absolutely beautiful. Now, when I first did my look for this, I was just like, these do not go together, but they do. They absolutely do. It kind of reminds me of like a really beautiful, like half girly, half grunge girl kind of mixed together, and it's stunning. But unfortunately, in my opinion, it needed a transition shade. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start off with the shade Perfection in this Revealed palette, which is kind of like this nude rose shade. I feel like it's appropriate for that. Also, before I go kind of mute here, you guys, and start listening to a little bit of music, I cleaned my brushes yesterday, all of them, and I actually filmed it for you guys. So that video will be going up soon, just to kind of show you guys my methods, what I do, what I use. So be on the lookout for that. Also, as I stated in another video, you guys, I do have 2 new series coming out. Now, I don't know if I'll have those out before the end of the month. I am still doing some research on those, making sure I have all my ducks in a row and that the videos are perfection for you guys. So, alright, so now that I've laid down a transition shade, I feel like I want to lay down one more kind of rosy color. So I think what I want to do is lay down this shade called Crave here, and it's kind of like an intense deep rose kind of God, it's really hard to explain. I'm just going to show it to you guys as I lay it in my deep crease. So I'm kind of cheating. I'm using 2 different colors here so you guys can see it's kind of deep. So I'm going to use those 2. I just feel like it needed it, so guys can see, all I have done thus far is lay down that light rose shade. I put the shade Crave right here in my deep crease, and I just kind of blew it out a little bit. And now I'm going to go into the Secret Garden palette, and I'm going to take this shade right here, which is a little similar, and it will kind of give some similarities once I add it to my crease. And I'm only taking it into right here. And all I'm going to do is buff it out with this and a little bit of that very first shade that I went in with called Perfection, because I want to buff out those edges really nicely. Now you can either go in windshield wiper motions and do this, or you can kind of do the little circular motions. I feel like when you do the circular motions, it kind of helps really just buff these out so that it looks nice and just snatched on your eye. That way it doesn't look messy and all of that good stuff. Now, I'm not a makeup artist, so I cannot do what those Instagram models and stuff do, like the makeup artist, where it's just like one beautiful, like just perfect like angle. I can't do that. I don't know how they do that. It's beautiful, but I would imagine you would probably have to use like some concealer and stuff while you're doing your eyeshadow for it to be that perfect, because when you're blending, it's shooting color like all over your eye. Like, I don't know how they do it. Again, I do think it's beautiful, but I really don't know how they do it. Okay, so I'm going to go into the Bed of Roses palette now, and I'm going to take this dark shade here, and I want to put that in my outer corner. This shade, I will let you guys know right now, is very intense. So if you are a beginner, I would say be very careful when you are working with this. I mean, that's a crappy swatch, but this shade is very intense. And last time when I was doing this look, like, I don't know, you guys, it did not look good. It did not look good. I should upload the footage if I still have it, just so you guys can see for like a blooper reel or something. Hopefully it works this time. So what I'm doing really quickly is I'm putting it down here on my lower lash line, and I'm just trying to put a tiny bit in my crease. And I feel like when I'm doing a smoky eye, like sometimes this is where I mess up. I either take it up too high or not high enough. And I have creases in my eyes, so sometimes it will sit right in the crease, or like it'll skip my crease. So that's why a lot of times when I do a smoky eye, I don't like to go all the way up to my actual crease on my eye. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed that, but that's why. Because it will either skip my crease and then I can't fix it, or it makes it a hot mess. So I am just kind of buffing this out to try to help make it like daytime friendly. So you guys can see out the window. Well, maybe you can't see out the window. I'm angled differently today. It's kind of a crappy day outside, but nonetheless, it is still daytime. Now, it does look a little crazy right now, but I think once we get that lid shade in there, it's going to look a lot prettier. So, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take a flat, kind of like a packing brush, just similar to this, and I'm going to spray that brush down, and we are going to go in with the shimmer shade from Bed of Roses, which is this beautiful pink one right here. This one is just so gorgeous. Now I'm going to take my finger and go over that just a little bit so we can really make it pop. One thing I have noticed about these shimmer shades, you guys, is that you don't necessarily need to wet your brush. For me, it's more of a habit than anything, but they are super pigmented, so you don't need to wet your brush. But you can if you want to, which is what I like to do. going back in with that smoky shade. I'm just adding a little bit of it in, and then I'm just gonna blend it out just a tiny, tiny bit so that it doesn't look like a harsh line here with that shimmer shade, which is actually moving around a little bit on me, which I expected, just not that much. So as you guys can see, it's not a full-on like bam smoky eye, but it's just enough in my opinion for the daytime. I'm looking for my concealer brush so I can clean up this little bit of a mess that I've made right here. And as you guys can tell, it's not perfect. It's kind of messy, and a lot of times when I'm doing smoky eyes, I kind of like that messy look. I don't know why. What I'm doing is taking those shades out of the palette that I used before from Coastal Scents, the Revealed Rouge palette, taking Perfection and Craze. I mixed them together on my brush, tapped it off really, really well, and I'm just going to go here and kind of blend so that it looks a little bit more put together and not so messy. Now I'm just going to take a clean brush with nothing on it and just kind of go in and buff it out a little further. I actually liked this look a little bit better the other day when I did it. I don't know why. It just, to me, looked a little better. I feel like something's missing. So I'm going to go into the Secret Garden palette here, and I'm going to add this shade to the lid. I don't know, I just feel like something is missing. Like I need that pop. So I'm actually adding that to the middle of my lid here. Kind of like that it's a little different. So I'm going to take a pencil brush and go back into that super dark color in Bed of Roses and just kind of add a little bit more here where I'm losing it in the shimmer. Take a clean brush that I just went in with, I'm color switching it really quickly, and I'm just going to buff this in a little bit more, hoping that I get what I'm looking for. I don't know, you guys, I kind of like it. So I'm going to go off camera really quickly, do the other eye, and I will be right back. Alright, you guys, I'm back. So it turns out, excuse me, I forgot to zoom in just a little bit. Turns out I actually like this eye better, and that always happens with my eyeshadow. I don't know why. So what I'm doing now is I've already put a little bit of this darkest shade down here on my lower lash line. And now I'm going to wrap my lower lash line up with this shade here. I don't know why, but recently I always have to have something on my lower lash line. And it's so weird because I never did this step before. But now that I have started doing it, it's like I can't stop. I always have to have shadow down there. Yeah, so far I really like this eye. I think it looks really pretty. It's just something different for me, I think. I mean, this year alone, I've really experimented with a lot of different colors that I would never wear before. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So I'm going to go into some mascara, if I have any up here. I'm going to go into the CoverGirl Exhibitionist just because that is what is close to me at the moment, I think. Actually, I have this E.L.F one that I've only used once. I actually used it in my E.L.F video, so let's try this out. She's been sitting here ever since. Not too bad. I think it would need several coats, but it's not bad. This is the E.L.F Volume Plumping Mascara in black, of course. Actually not too bad. This is only my second time using this. I don't think it's bad. Like, it's a lot better than some of their old mascaras, and even the wand is a lot better. Like, this is a true bristled brush. I remember their old mascaras. Not good. Now, they did have a one that I liked, and I cannot think of what it's called. And I, like, stocked up on it, you guys, because the brush of it reminded me of the Benefit They're Real, and I am obsessed with that mascara because it really allows you to get in there and get every lash. Talk about volumized lashes, girl. You use that mascara, you do not need no falsies. Right, you guys, the mascara is on. I actually kind of feel like I don't want to go in with an eyeliner today, but I probably should. So I am looking for, ooh, I'm going to use this JOAH eyeliner. Now, typically I don't really care for their eyeliners. They are usually super, super rough. This one, however, is not too bad. And what I like about it is it has bling bling in it. Hopefully that'll focus. Do you guys see the sparkles? I think it's super pretty. I'm just going to put that in my waterline. Oops, sorry. Hello. So I'm digging the sparkle, so I brought it down just a little bit lower. If you've been following me for a while, you guys know that I typically do not wear black eyeliner. I do have some, I don't know. I think brown is more appropriate for daytime wear. But that is just my opinion. So now we're going to move into the lip product that I picked up again. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Last Liquid Catsuit High Shine Lipstick in the shade Petal Poisin. So I'm going to remove my lip treatment. If you guys are wondering, for a lip treatment, generally if my lips are super shiny like that, I am using the Bath & Body Works, my favorite night balm. It's going to be either that or Burt's Bees original formula. I love both. They are the bomb. So really quickly, I am going to swatch this lip color for you guys. If you have not tested out or tried out the Wet n Wild Mega Last Liquid Catsuit lipsticks, you are missing out. They are absolutely beautiful. They are very opaque. The formula is nice and shiny, and they last a good amount of time on the lips. Hopefully that will focus better than that, hopefully. There we go. I love these. They're only $5. They have a large array of colors for everybody, so I'd say get to your drugstore and try them out. Excuse me. Oop, I forgot a lip liner, guys. Sorry. Ooh, I love this color on my skin tone. So the only thing that I'm noticing about this one, and it really doesn't bother me, is I've already had to dip in a couple times just to get this where I want it, and it's not bad. Like, it's not skipping, it's not patchy. Maybe my lips are just a little bit more plump today. Yeah, I love this. This is gorgeous. I'm gonna rock the hell out of this all spring and all summer. I almost said winter, excuse me. Don't mind the hair, guys. It's been in a headband so that I could film. I'm actually testing out some new hair products for curly hair, so you guys will see a video about that as well shortly. But yeah, so it kind of looks like I just, woo! I don't know. So anyways, you guys, that is it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that if you are new here, you will subscribe. Comment down below and let me know how you ran across my video. Again, I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions on any of the products I've mentioned, they will all be down in the description box. You can also drop me a comment and let me know. If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them. And I hope that you guys will hit that subscribe and like button because it really, really helps me out. I hope to have you become a part of our little fan bam that we have going on here. We are at 107 at this point today and growing, and I could not be more thankful for you guys. I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.